I'm Chaya Rivka Zwolinski, and this is Breslov.org. Tolstoy said that all happy families are alike, and that each unhappy family is unhappy in its own unique way. Rebbe Nachman says something slightly different. He says all types of strife and conflict are actually identical. The world is a bundle of a lot of negative qualities, such as anger and jealousy and greed and bloodthirstiness and so on. And that these negative qualities are constantly battling with each other, which is why we have so many wars. And that even nations who don't want to get sucked into war end up getting sucked into war, because they have to protect themselves from these negative qualities. And this is mirrored in our interpersonal relationships. We have relationships with family and with friends, and we may not want to go to war. We may want to be at peace. We may even have worked on ourselves so that we really have at least transformed to a large extent anger, sadness, rage, jealousy, greed. And we may not want to go to war and reignite any negative feelings. Yet, we're drawn in. We have no choice. Sometimes we have to battle to protect the truth and to protect our way of life. The Rebbe also says that when a person lives alone, they are a miniature world, and they have no choice but to battle within themselves. Because if we don't have reflected back to us a variety of qualities and characteristics, and we are unable to see the mirror of our personality shown to us in our relationships with other people, we begin an internal battle. Now, the truth is that in the short term, it's easier to ghost someone. It's easier to remove yourself from a relationship. It's easier to live alone. It really is. It's easier to cut yourself off from someone. And in some cases, of course, this may actually be necessary. But in the long run, if we don't have relationships in our life, even relationships that are difficult, we can't grow, because we can't have ourselves reflected back to ourselves. Every relationship is a mirror for a certain aspect of ourself, and that's not narcissism. What that is an admission that relationships are necessary to personal growth. And what other people do for us when we have relationships with them, we are simultaneously doing for them, more or less consciously or subconsciously, depending on who we are. So, if you want to be at peace with yourself, even though it may be difficult, it's time to work on our relationships. May you have a day in which you are strengthened and find positive meaning in your relationships.